Good evening, Sugar Gliders. Welcome to Chapter 5, Lesson 3, Compare and Order Integers. Let's read this together. Compare integers. To compare integers, you can compare the signs. We know we have a positive or a negative sign, as well as the magnitude or the size of the numbers. Greater numbers are graphed farther to the right. Okay, so let's look at two examples. Compare the signs. It says here positive numbers are greater than negative numbers. We just know that, okay? So with this example, 2 is greater than negative 3. And if we look at them on the number line, we know that numbers to the right of 0 are positive, so and they're getting bigger. So 2 is graphed here. Numbers to the left are negative, so they're less than 0. And so we can see on the number line that negative 3 is to the left of 0. It's smaller than our positive 2. So remember, positive numbers are always going to be greater than negative numbers. Okay, so let me give you another example. I might have 18 and I want to compare it to negative 35. Since 18 is positive, obviously it's going to be greater than negative 35. It's to the right of 0. Negative 35 is to the left of 0. Let's look at our number line to compare the position on a number line. Since negative 2 is farther to the right than negative 3, here's the inequality. Negative 2 is greater than negative 3. Negative 2 is right here. It's closer to 0. There's negative 3, farther away from 0. All right, fill in the circle with less than, greater than, or equal to make the sentence true. 12 compared to negative 4. So we already know a positive is always greater than a negative. Let's look at the graph and see where they fall on our graph. It says graph 12 and negative 4 on the number line, then compare. Notice this graph contains 0 right here. It doesn't have to be exactly in the middle because we need to fit all these numbers up to 12 on the right side of 0. So it's okay that 0's not exactly in the middle. We know this number line would extend if we wanted it to include more numbers. Okay, then we look at negative 4 and we can see that 12 is farther to the right. It's a bigger number. Since 12 is to the right of negative 4, 12 is greater than 4. Okay, number 2. Justin has a score of negative 4 on the Trueville trivia game. Desiree's score is negative 5. Write an inequality to compare the scores. Explain the meaning of the inequality. Let's remember what an inequality is. An inequality is simply a math sentence, and it's going to contain either a greater than, a less than, or an equal than sign. So that's what we need to write. So in this situation, the score of negative 4 is greater than the score of negative 5 because on a number line, negative 4 is farther to the right on a number line. So that would be my explanation where it says explain the meaning of the inequality. Negative 4 is farther to the right on a number line. So if I wanted to compare Justin's score of negative 4 to Desiree's score of negative 5, Justin has a higher score. So let's add that. Justin has a higher score. All right, turn the page in your notes and go ahead and do these got it problems to find out. Come on in tomorrow and we'll talk about it. Have a great night. See you in the morning.